Coach, just looking back to Saturday, first of all, what are your biggest takeaways from that game, good, bad, or otherwise?
I thought there was a lot of good things that we did. We obviously didn't execute as well as we wanted to. I think we shot ourselves in the foot a few times with some pre-snap penalties and some dumb penalties here and there. But again, you saw it. We had to drive to go tie the game at the end, so the guys kept on fighting. That's really, really encouraging. So, didn't get the result we wanted, but I am happy to see that our guys kept playing till the final whistle.
Michael Matheson seemed like he had a very good game for you guys. He'd been solid through the first 4 weeks and really kind of blew up. Seemed Saturday. I guess, how important is he to this offense, and what do you see him kind of bringing to the table?
He's extremely important, and I've been saying all along that it's just a waiting game with him, because he's another one of those guys. He's quiet. He does his work. He does it well. Very, very, very minimal busts, hardly ever. And so I knew it was just a waiting game until he erupted and came on the scene, and now everybody knows about Mike Matheson. So he's just another, what does he add? He's just a whole nother weapon that other teams have to worry about, you know what I'm saying?
Was there anything specific that you saw that, led to that production on Saturday, or was it just kind of, one of those games where it was his game?
It was one of those games. Coach Elton says it all the time, especially with our offense. We try to do a good job schematically of getting guys the ball, like making sure we get them the ball. But a lot of times within the framework of our offense, it's what's the defense giving us, and that really dictates on who gets the ball. And again, Mike's in the right spot at the right time at all times. And so the framework of the offense dictated, hey, Mike Matheson's going to have a big game today.
Looking ahead to UTSA, what's the scouting report on those guys? Obviously really good. Or without one of their best players, I believe their last game at Middle Tennessee and Rashard Wisdom, but scouting report on those guys, what is it?
Yeah, no, those guys, I don't know if I've ever said this, they make football look really smooth, both offensively and defensively. They're that well coached and they're that detail oriented that they make football look really smooth. They fly around, they'll hit you, but they make it look so easy on both sides of the ball, just in my opinion. And so, we got to be ready. We got to match their attention to detail. We got to match their physicality, if not bring it more, and especially being at their place, they're going to be all hyped up and juiced up. But, those guys, I think their coaches do an unbelievable job, and they make football look easy.
Going back to last Saturday, you knew you were going to need to try to maximize the possessions that you had because of Troy's defense. But when you look at an offense like UTSA, they put up 45 points and still turned it over 3 times on the last game. How important is it to maximize drives? In a game like this, where we are going up against another high-powered offense.
Yeah, it's the same expectation as every drive. We want to finish in the end zone. At the very end of it, we want to finish with points. Yeah, do we want a field goal? No, but we want to finish with points. But getting the ball in the end zone is key. I think it helps our defense out. It gives our defense confidence. And, same thing when the defense gets a stop for us, right? It gives us confidence. It's like, okay, let's go. Our defense is doing their job. Let's do our job. But maximizing those possessions is huge, because you only get so many of them.
How much do you look back on last year where you guys did play this team, 2 times this new year? But I guess, do you take anything away from those 2 games?
The biggest takeaway that I take from it is the respect that I have for those guys over there in San Antonio, on the field and off the field. On the field, like I said, their coaches do an unbelievable job, super well coached. And their players, you can just tell with how they play that they're very receptive to coaching, that they take hard coaching and they thrive off of it. And I had the opportunity to meet some of the coaches down at the coaches convention, super good, genuine guys. And so I understand why their players play so hard for them, right? So they have a great thing going down there. But the biggest thing that I take away from last year's games is just the respect factor that you have to give them, or else they'll make you pay.
Going back to your guy Bailey from last year, got his first NFL regular season action on Sunday for the Patriots at Lambeau Field. How much of that did you get to see, and what are your thoughts on that?
I think I was like everybody else. We weren't really going to watch it until Nick Uhlenhoff came in. I was like, hey, Bailey's in the game. So we kind of stopped what we did and turned it on the TV. And it was awesome. It was surreal. I was texting him Friday. He was texting me good luck about the game. I was, asking him, I was like, you think you got any chance to play? And he's like, oh, we'll see. I doubt it. But, it's super awesome to see, especially for me, just knowing how long I've known Bailey. This is year 5 of me knowing Bailey, going back to our HBU days. Right, so seeing it all come full circle and seeing him play against Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau, I was like, that's unreal. he's still a knucklehead, but it's awesome. I'm super proud of him.